Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The atmosphere at Forrester Creations was thick with tension, a silent storm brewing beneath the polished veneer of the family's iconic mansion. The sunlight streaming through the large windows seemed almost cruel in its cheerfulness, a stark contrast to the storm of emotions raging inside Ridge Forrester. Today was supposed to be a day of happiness, a celebration of love, of reconciliation, of a second chance for Ridge and Taylor Hayes. But fate had a different plan, one that would rip through hearts and leave indelible scars. Taylor's hopeful arrival. Taylor Hayes arrived at the Forrester estate that morning dressed in a delicate pastel ensemble that mirrored the optimism in her heart. She carried herself with a mix of nervous excitement and quiet confidence, her mind replaying the moments that led her here. Every encounter with Ridge over the past weeks had felt like a rekindling of something deeper, a promise that they could finally put the past behind them and build a future together. As she walked through the grand hall, she couldn't help but notice the familiar warmth of the space, the way the sunlight kissed the furniture and walls, how every corner seemed steeped in memories of love, passion, and heartache. She remembered the countless times she had waited for Ridge in this house, wondering if he would choose her or someone else. Today, she had believed in a happy ending. Taylor's heart beat faster when she saw Ridge standing near the grand staircase, his silhouette framed by the morning light. He looked handsome, of course, impeccably dressed, exuding the confidence and charisma that had captivated her for so many years. But there was something different in his expression, something that made her heart hesitate. Ridge's inner turmoil. Ridge Forrester had spent a sleepless night wrestling with his conscience. The decision that lay before him was perhaps the hardest he had ever faced. Taylor was everything he had ever wanted, intelligent, compassionate, and deeply connected to him in ways that words could scarcely describe. Yet, as much as his heart longed for her, he could not ignore the lingering feelings for Brooke Logan, the complexities of family obligations, and the web of past decisions that seemed impossible to untangle. He rehearsed his words in his mind endlessly, pacing the length of his bedroom, then the balcony, then back again. Each time he imagined Taylor's radiant smile, he felt a pang of guilt. How could he possibly deliver the devastating news that their love story, at least for now, would end before it truly began? Ridge knew that no explanation would ever seem sufficient, that the heartbreak he was about to cause would leave scars. Yet, he also knew that honesty was the only path forward. Taylor deserved the truth, as painful as it might be. The meeting. Taylor approached Ridge with a mix of anticipation and apprehension. "Ridge," she said softly, her voice trembling with the weight of expectation. "I can't tell you how happy I am that we're finally here. I've waited so long for this moment." Ridge turned to her, his expression a careful mask of composure, though his eyes betrayed the turmoil within. "Taylor, we need to talk," he said, his voice steady but laden with emotion. Taylor's heart fluttered, a mixture of hope and fear coiling inside her. She took a deep breath, bracing herself for what she thought would be an affirmation of love. "Of course, Ridge. Whatever you need to say, I'll listen." Ridge paused, struggling to find the words. "Taylor, I love you. You know that. You always have, and you always will. But I can't marry you." The words hung in the air like a knife twisting into Taylor's heart. She blinked, trying to comprehend, hoping against hope that she had misunderstood. What do you mean?" "Ridge, we've talked about this, we've planned." Ridge raised a hand gently, cutting off her desperate words. I know we've dreamed about this, and I've wanted it too. But there are things I can't ignore. Brooke, my family, everything we've been through. I can't just walk away from that. I can't betray the people I care about. Not in this way." Taylor's heartbreak. Taylor felt as though the world had tilted beneath her. The room spun, the walls closing in, as her dreams of a shared future with Ridge crumbled in an instant. Her fingers trembled as she reached for him, desperate to anchor herself to something solid. "But, Ridge, I thought we were meant to be." I thought we had a chance at happiness together. You told me you loved me. I do love you, Ridge said quietly, stepping closer but unable to bridge the distance that fate had imposed. That's what makes this so hard. You deserve everything, Taylor. But I can't give you what you want. Not now, not like this. It wouldn't be fair to you or to anyone else. Taylor's breath caught in her throat. Tears threatened to spill, and she blinked them back, determined to remain composed. But the weight of rejection was too great. Her voice, usually steady and confident, wavered. Ridge, how can you do this? After everything we've been through? After everything we've shared? Ridge's own eyes glistened, a testament to the pain he felt in causing hers. I'm sorry, Taylor. I truly am. You're the most important person in my life, and I wish I could change things. I wish I could give you the life you deserve. But some decisions, they're not ours to make freely. Sometimes, love isn't enough. The tension between them was palpable, each heartbeat echoing the magnitude of the moment. Taylor's mind raced, trying to reconcile the man she knew with the impossible choice he had made. Anger, hurt, confusion, and love collided inside her, a storm of emotions too intense to contain. Do you love her? Taylor asked finally, her voice barely above a whisper, the question hanging in the air like a blade. Ridge sighed, pain etched in every line of his face. Yes, I do. And that's what makes this so impossible. I can't pretend otherwise. I can't marry you knowing that my heart is torn in two. Taylor's hands fell to her sides, trembling with the weight of despair. So, it's over? After everything? We're just done? Ridge reached out, almost touching her arm, but stopped short. Not done, Taylor. Not in my heart. But done in the sense that I can't give you the commitment you deserve. I can't make promises I can't keep. The silence. For a long moment, silence enveloped them. The mansion seemed to hold its breath, the grandeur of Forrester creations stark against the intimate tragedy unfolding in its walls. Taylor's eyes glistened with tears she could no longer hold back, and Ridge struggled to maintain his composure, feeling the magnitude of the loss they were both enduring. Finally, Taylor spoke, her voice trembling but defiant. I understand, Ridge. I think I do. Even if my heart can't accept it yet. Ridge's expression softened. You're stronger than you know, Taylor. And I'll always be here for you, in whatever way you need me to be. You're my heart, always. Taylor nodded, swallowing the lump in her throat. And you'll always be mine, she whispered, the words both a comfort and a curse. The aftermath. As Taylor walked away, the echo of her footsteps seemed to underscore the emptiness Ridge felt. He watched her retreating figure, knowing that this moment would haunt them both, a painful reminder of love that could not fully be realized. The grand hall, once a symbol of celebration and joy, now seemed suffused with sorrow. Ridge retreated to the balcony, gazing out at the sprawling grounds of the estate, trying to make sense of the whirlwind of emotions inside him. He thought of Brooke, of family, of responsibility, of the life he had built and the choices that had led him here. And yet, even in the clarity of reason, his heart ached for Taylor, for the future they would never share. Meanwhile, Taylor returned to her home, the weight of heartbreak pressing down on her like a physical force. She sat by the window, staring at the skyline, replaying Ridge's words over and over in her mind. She knew she would recover, eventually. She had survived heartbreak before. But this felt different. This was a love she could not simply move on from, a connection that would linger in the corners of her heart indefinitely. Family reactions and complications. Word of Ridge's decision quickly spread among the family and friends. Brooke Logan, caught in the crossfire of emotions, felt relief tempered by guilt. She knew Ridge's heart had been divided and that Taylor had deserved honesty. Steffi, Ridge's daughter, wrestled with loyalty and protectiveness, torn between wanting her father to be happy and seeing the pain this decision caused Taylor. The Forrester family dinner later that evening was tense, conversations punctuated by glances and half-spoken thoughts. Ridge and Taylor's absence was felt acutely, a silent acknowledgement of the fracture in their lives. The household buzzed with speculation, concern, and the inevitable ripple effects of one man's impossible choice. Reflection and moving forward. As the sun set over Los Angeles, both Ridge and Taylor found themselves alone with their thoughts, reflecting on the paths that had led them here. Ridge understood the necessity of his decision, but could not erase the ache of lost potential, of love deferred. Taylor, resilient yet wounded, knew she had to navigate the world without the man she had believed was her soulmate. Yet even in this heartbreak, there was a glimmer of hope. Both knew that love, in its many forms, was never truly lost. Connections forged in shared history, in vulnerability, in trust, and in passion could never be completely severed. And though this chapter had ended, the story of Ridge and Taylor was far from over. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Bold and the Beautiful 24 YouTube channel for more update news.